Alright guys, so this is anybody who's interested in wiring up a PKE alarm system. It's a passive keyless entry. So that's for when you walk away, the door locks, or when you walk up to the car, the door locks. And all you need is the transmitter, which is this, to start the car. You have to have this to start it. And then it gets rid of, so then you have your remote start button here that I mounted. It will not work unless you have the transmitter, so people thinking that someone could just jump in your car and steal it, it doesn't work like that. One bad thing is that though you have to, behind here is I cut my key blade and I stuck it in there, and you have to have it in there on, or turn to the on position to unlock your steering wheel. So I mean, you can put the button there over the top or whatever, do it how you do it. I do mine, and I park my car in the garage, so it's not a big deal to me. So I'll show you kind of how I have this, how it's wired up. So right now, the way I don't have the starter off wired correctly, so I have to hold the start button to start the car for it to keep cranking. If I just press it once, it just stops cranking after like a second. So I have to find something out later. It's probably a relay under the hood. But you have your constant, which is going to be your constant. It's going to go to the white and red wire, the white with the red stripe. Your position 2 is going to go to the black with the white stripe. And your accessory, your key position 1, I forgot where I left off. Doesn't matter, I guess. White is key position 2. Blue is key position 1. Oh, nah. I already had everything up there, so I took it all back down because I recorded the first video vertical like a retard. So I'm gonna go over this again. So your wire output, or your light output, is gonna go to this wire up here. It's gonna be red with the blue stripe. That's your light output. And then up here, sucks. For your brake output, or for your brake signal, it's going to be the left switch. So there's 2 switches up there. They're hard to see. There's 2 switches up there, and then it's going to be the left one, and it's going to be the red wire with the green stripe. That's going to be your brake signal. And then this other wire, I'm not sure, it says brake light output, yellow with black. I just put it on the back of the brake input. I don't know why. It doesn't give you a good description of what it's for. I think it's for if someone steps on the brake, it sets the alarm off. The alarm's armed. Yeah, so here's the instructions a little bit. So you got, and then so the brake inspection, there goes the brake switch. The door inspection switch is pink. So wired that into the footwell light. It's temporary right now. I wired it into the red with the white stripe, so that way the alarm knows when you step out of the car, and it knows when you walk away. So if you don't have that hooked up, it won't arm when you turn the car off and get out. So see, so you got the door switch goes to the footwell light. The red and with the white stripe footwell light. The brake inspection goes to the foot brake there, to the red with the green stripe. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not right. That's the brake. That's the brake switch. I just put that permanently ground, so that way if you do remote start, it's permanently grounded. And also, if you want to do remote start, you have to bypass your clutch switch, or else it won't start. And then the foot brake switch is the red with the green wire That's for when you step on the brake, and then it arms the start button. And then the light output one is the blue wire that goes up here to the red with the blue stripe. And then you just have your speaker output to your alarm, and then your 2 to your relays for your door locks. And I just left the jumpers the same, I didn't change them. And I'm only using one antenna. I put it in my center console, and it works perfectly fine for when you walk away, and you don't have to use both of them. The car is not big enough. I think that's pretty much it. I mean, it's really basic. You know, those are all the wires that you need. The only one that I don't have right is pick up the wire for when the starter's not running anymore, for when the car's on. So that's not right. So I have to figure that out still. I think it might be up in the EGI relay or something. I can probably figure out and wire up later. But for now, you just hold the button and it'll start. And it was working for a while for me, but then it stopped, so I don't know what's up with that. So I'm just gonna figure that out later on, and then so I can clean up all this wiring. It's a mess, and then yeah. So I'll show you after it's all done. All right, so here's my button. It's not perfect, just got a little gap here. It's whatever. I'd use a Dremel tool on the outside piece to get it to fit on there. It's nice and tight, it's not falling out. So here's how it works. So foot on the brake to shut it off, and foot on the brake to start it. And you have to put the clutch in. To get out. Car locks, kind of takes a minute first, I don't know why, but you know, instructions suck, there's no description. So then you just walk up. So I just have one antenna in it, just in the center console in front of the shifter. Get in, put on the brake, clutch in. Just like that. I'll show you the remote start, how it works. It almost works like, you know, if you just started your car and just shut it off. But if it takes a long time to crank, then it's not gonna work. You just get out, press the button 3 times. No, just kidding, it's not gonna work. My clutch isn't pressed in. So if you are gonna use remote start, you're gonna have to bypass the clutch switch, which is up here. It's the one that gets pressed when you push your pedal in. So there's that one, it's kinda hard to see. It's that one back there. So you gotta just take it out, unclip it, and then just put a jumper wire in. I'll do it right now. All you do is just put a wire between those two. So I unplugged it from the back, and then you just gotta put a wire between those two. Alright, so I have the clutch switch, jumped, and this is how you do the remote start. Press unlock 3 times. And I don't know why this alarm does weird shit that I don't understand sometimes. And then, so I guess you gotta just walk up, press unlock, get in, and then that's it. And you can drive away. Sometimes the car cranks long enough to start, and sometimes it doesn't. Like I said, I never got that part figured out yet. I don't know if I ever will, because it doesn't really bother me. Yeah, so there it is. And after 15 seconds or whatever, the doors lock again. So be careful with that. I think you can turn it off, but I don't know, the instructions suck. And just foot on the brake, and then just shut off. Doors unlock if you have automated locks. I'm gonna be doing this at my door panels soon. I've been starting from the ground up, I guess, moving up to the headliner. So yeah, if you have any questions, just leave a comment or something. I'll try to help you out as best as I can. My 240SX is a 92 manual, so I don't know. It probably doesn't differ, probably ever. The wiring's the same probably for a long time. I don't know about for S14s, but I mean, just follow this and you should be good. See, there's how sometimes it cranks along and sometimes it doesn't. There's an example. So you just gotta hold the start button. So foot on the brake and then hold it.